What's up, everybody? I'm back with another tool deals video, and I have a nice deal for you today. You're looking right at it. Look what's back. This DeWALT Toughsystem 2.0. What do you want to call these things? You know, I instinctively want to call them packouts, but I will not go down that Pampers, Sawzall rabbit hole, okay? That's not what these things are called. They're called storage trays, toolboxes. But anyway, this is $181 with the deep tray. So you're getting 4-piece. Yes, it's the whole kit. They just give you a big discount for accepting this picture and getting this extra thing. If we move on here, we see that here it is, regular 3-piece for $269. And then also, if you don't mind the shallow box here, we have this whole thing for $178 if you want the shallow tray right there. And finally, there's one more for $249, which again, I'm not really, I don't know. If anything, just don't buy this one. You know that much. This is something new. Maybe this is a holiday deal coming up. I don't know. This is the same thing, but it's $249. So whatever. Anyway, we're going to get rid of these two, so you don't accidentally buy them. So you're getting more for less with these. These go in and out of stock randomly, so they back in. Moving on over to Lowe's, we have this. This is on a special buy today, though. This Craftsman beam level. It's aluminum, $29.99, marked down from $50. I mean, people love this thing, obviously. Look at the reviews, but I still prefer the good old Stanleys. They're heavier, yes, because they're fiberglass, but they have rulers on them, and it just helps me so much, mainly when I paint, because I do designs and I need to measure, and it's easy to do the measuring with a level all in one. So anyway, I prefer that. We also have, which I forgot to click this Craftsman 30-foot measuring tape for $10.98. I don't think I've ever seen a 30-foot measuring tape that cheap before, so probably doesn't have anything special going on with it in terms of like being dual-sided or anything like that. They're not showing us any pictures. But $10.98. Pretty stinking cheap. I was just trying to find some. Why all these say 25 feet? I don't know. Just be mindful of that. Those pictures said 25 feet in the reviews, but it says 30 feet clear as day on the picture. Moving on, we have some Vevor stuff, and then those are the kind of the big ones. But I got some big stuff here too, George. Just some things you'll be curious about on this Sunday. So let's take a look. First, we have this Vevor rotary hammer drill, and it's cordless, 1 inch. And I reviewed one of these like a year and a half ago, but it was corded. I had never heard of Vevor, but they had like really good reviews on AliExpress, because at the time they weren't on Amazon or anything like that, and I don't think they had their own store. They just sold on AliExpress. So I bought the thing because it was like $60, and it was boasting some big specs. And yeah, it performed. It performed. The construction was a little not as nice, but it performed. I think this one looks a lot more polished than that corded iteration that I tried a year and a half ago. And I don't even think they make that one anymore, because the new corded one right here looks way better. So anyway, here it is. I'm quite sure this is brushed due to its weight and stuff, but this thing produces a whopping 4.5 joules. 4.5 joules. It comes with 2 batteries, a hard case, and some bits for $122. That's insane. So let's just go look at some of its competition here. First up, we have this Cat, right? $359, all 1 inch SDS plus rotary hammer drills. This produces 2.2 joules. All right, so less than half. Let's say this was Lion. We called it 3, but still, I don't think they're going to allow double. I don't know. Vevor tools perform, so I don't know. So this is better than that. You have the Flex. All right, the Flex is not too terrible, especially because of its weight. But this produces 1.9 foot-pounds, which is about still 2 point something joules. So if we go here, 1.9, 2.5 joules. And now we go on over to this DeWALT for $329, which produces 2.1 foot-pounds, the weakest out of all of them, But let's look at the weights. This is also the lightest one, coming in at like 5.4 pounds. The Flex was 7 pounds. The Cat was 8.4 pounds, and the Vevor was 9 pounds. So, yes, the Vevor is heavier. I don't think it's brushless at all, but this thing produces some beans, man. And it's quite easy to change the brushes out in this one. They're right down here. You just unscrew this bottom, and the brush is right there to change out. So, quite easy. But yeah, so if you were looking for one, I would try this one first. And this actually takes Makita batteries. If you read the reviews, people like the drill, but they were saying the batteries suck, or the batteries just felt cheap. Throw some Makita batteries in there, and it works wonderfully. So I want to show you guys that, because it's, $122 for that whole kit. It's pretty darn cheap. If you needed a concrete saw, $142. I have other ones too, bigger ones, smaller ones. I'm just showing those to you. I don't need a concrete saw, but maybe you do. I mean, if you were like building a sump pump in a trench in your basement, you would need this. This is exactly what you need, and that's pretty darn cheap for $142, because if you come over here to Home Depot, my lord, let's just look for one that's kind of no-name brand that's similar. This Extreme Power 332. But if you want a name brand one, my lord, these things are expensive. You better off renting one. Now, here's a cheap one, Tony Stark USA. Still $239. It's still more expensive than the Vevor. Then it's Evolution, $278. Again, still more expensive. But Lord, these things are crazy. Anyway, moving on. We have this jackhammer, okay? $68. It's also corded. $68. But check the joules out in this thing, y'all. 19 joules. 19 joules. Remember that rotary hammer drill was just 4.5 joules. 19 joules here. Then we have another one. 66 joules. Goodness gracious, you work for the city. I mean, you work for the city with something like this. But, that's actually a thing. You could probably buy these and sell this to the city, because they charge them like $500 or $600 a unit. I might look into that. Shoot. Anyway, moving on. We also have this bandsaw. Now, you can buy without the stand. I don't know where. You can buy without the stand for I think it was like $120, but I think the stand is kind of cool. It's corded, and again, you get this whole kit for $164.99. Also, the cheapest, I've seen anywhere for this type of setup. 10 amps, 5-inch. One of the drawbacks to this is that people were saying that you can't switch it on and it stay on. And I do feel like that's probably a missing feature, especially since it is on a stand. A lot of the other ones you can set and they'll stay on, so that is a little bit of a drawback there. But again, it's only $164. Moving on. Oh yeah, I did find this jackhammer over at Home Depot for $249, which is actually not a bad price, and this produces 60 joules. And yeah, it's not bad. I mean, also considering this has a 90-day return policy, but that warranty is probably, due-to is probably a year. And that is the thing with the Vevor stuff. You still got a 12-month warranty, which is better than the Harbor Freight. Much better than Harbor Freight. So there you go with that. And finally, I just wanted to compare, since we were comparing bandsaws. Look at this Milwaukee for $349 for a corded one. Yeah, come with a hard case, but so what? You can get a cordless one for $379. That's so crazy. Who would do that? And actually, I think you can get one of these, the wide mouth. I mean, these routinely go on like BOGO sales, and then also just they'll drop it to $349. You get a free tool like an impact wrench or something like that. So who in the world is paying all that money for a corded bandsaw from Milwaukee? That's insane. So anyway, that's it for today's video, you guys. I just want to show you some interesting little things I found over at Vevor, comparing them to stuff at Lowe's and Home Depot. But we do have those big deals from DeWALT, and those little smaller but pretty good deals from Craftsman over at Lowe's. Hopefully this was helpful. If you got any value from this video, I ask you please subscribe, like the video, share it with your brethren, and I'll see you guys next time.